If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again, and welcome to episode number 29 of the Wolfsburg Career Mode series here on FIFA 16. We're starting off with a little bit of training. You can see I'm concentrating quite heavily on Antonucci, the goalkeeper. Obviously, we've made the decision to sell on Curl Castiles, so I really want to send a message to Antonucci to say, look, you really need to step up to the plate and start to grow as a professional in these training sessions if you want to be my number 2 goalkeeper. So hopefully he can get a few A's and B's in these training sessions over the next few weeks and really start to become the genuine stand-in keeper that he could potentially be if he maximises his potential. But as you can see, Juventus are not following up with their interest in Francisco Rodriguez. We mentioned that we weren't really that keen on selling him yesterday, and obviously I offered them £4 million when he's valued at 1.1, and they went, yeah, you know what, that's too much money, we're not going to pay that. So that's fair enough. He'll stay. We obviously earlier on just rejected an offer for Brill, Donald and Bolo as well, but we are offering again for Jetro Willems. They weren't keen on 12, maybe they'll accept £17 million. We get a big offer for Max Cruiser, but obviously we want to use him as makeweight in part of a deal to try and bring in someone else. And immediately, he is being used in that manner. As you can see, £20 million plus Max Cruiser. Alvaro Morata joins us from Juventus. We have a brand new goal scorer up top, or at least we hope he's a new goal scorer. He's definitely a new player, and we're pinning all of our hopes this year. Well, not all of our hopes, but the large part of our hopes this year on Alvaro Morata's performances in between the sticks at the other end of the pitch from the youngster Antonucci. So we do actually have an offer accepted for Wilfred Boney, so I decided, well, might as well just offer him a contract to see if he accepts it anyway. In the end, he actually rejected that and said he wasn't keen on coming anyway, so that's fair enough. But we did have the £17 million offer accepted for Jetro Willems. So I will be offering him a contract here, as you can see, £60,000 plus, I think I put important first-team player. But we get an offer in for Varinya here, who is transfer listed. Leverkusen have offered me 8. I counter-offered 14, even though he's only valued at 9 million, because Varinya is still a very good player. He's just obviously surplus to requirements here at Wolfsburg right now with the introduction of Sofiane Feghouli and obviously the constant growth of Iñaki Williams as well out on the right-hand side. And obviously Iñaki Williams has already scored so far this pre-season with a decent finish against, was it Atleti? I think he scored the second goal, didn't he, against Atleti in the Champions Trophy final. So as you can see, rejecting a couple of offers and accepting a couple of offers here, finally letting Moritz Sprenger go out on a permanent to some completely random side. But weirdly, Bayer Leverkusen, unexpectedly to me, accepted the counter-offer of £14 million for Varinya, which made me kind of think, well, maybe I could have gotten a little bit more for him. But that's almost... That's over 1.5 times what his value was. He was valued at 9, and we've gotten 14 for him. That's a very, very good deal for us, as far as I'm concerned. Antonucci continues to grow, although annoyingly he got an F there, but he has already gone from 60 to 63 in this pre-season to this point. So he's growing quite nicely, and hopefully that will continue to be the case. Player sold 1, player sold 2. Sprenger has left us, as has Varinya now, our former right-sided midfielder. So when it comes to out-wide positions, we have Schürrle, Gabbiadini, Fekir, Iñaki Williams and Sofiane Feghouli. Add to that equation Julian Draxler and Hakan Çalhanoğlu, who can both play slightly further wide as well as in that cam position. We have enough players in those forward positions now, as well as obviously having Embolo and obviously the new arrival of Alvaro Morata as our 2 rotation strikers. So there's still, well, maybe not too many, but we've got enough players in those forward positions. We're getting offers for a lot of our holding midfielders, though. Corentin Tolisso has a big offer of 12 million from Chelsea coming for him. Obviously not going to be accepting that. And we had a big offer of 16 million pounds for Luis Gustavo, which I'll be rejecting as well. They're my 2 starting central midfielders right now, Tolisso and Gustavo. I am contemplating, though, letting Asways go and maybe bringing in another, depending on how much money we've got left, world-class holding midfielder. So we'd have Luis Gustavo and questionable new signing alongside him, with Corentin Tolisso and Maximilian Arnold as our rotation holding midfielders. Let me know your thoughts on that potential. in the comments section down below, because Asways is 70 rated and he does do a job, but I'm sure we could do much better in that particular position. But there are 2 debuts made today in this first game here. As you can see, they have Matteo Musacchio at centre-back, the Argentinian formerly of Villarreal, of course. We used him last year in the career mode Road to Glory at Cambridge in the 8th season, I think it was, in the BPL, and he helped us get to the Barclays Premier League title, which was fantastic. And obviously, we'll hope, though, to get the better of him in this one. As you can see, Borussia Mönchengladbach starting on the front foot here. And it's actually, we've got my striker up against their new centre-back, but it's actually their striker against our centre-backs that seems to be the main point of concern at the beginning of this game. The opening few chances all going Mönchengladbach's way. And Torgan Hazard is just teasing me here. He's got fantastic dribbling, and I try and cut inside him there, and Sebastian Jung just doesn't take a touch of the ball, lays it through to Dermich, who fires it in at the near post. And one thing I've noticed, I can't yet get out of the habit of calling my keeper out in situations like that. I just instinctively press Y and call the keeper out, but every time I do that, it seems to me that the keeper is less likely to make a save at their near post if you call the keeper out in that situation. If you just leave them and let them try and deal with it themselves, the CPU, they're more than likely to make a save. So I'm learning my lesson now, and I'm going to try in similar situations in the future not to call the keeper out. But we came close to an equaliser just before half-time through Julian Draxler, and as you see there, they're having one more chance to extend their lead. But unfortunately for us, it is a 1-0 defeat in the opening game of the Bundesliga season. They just completely outplayed me. You see from the stats here, 60% possession, 7 shots, only 1 on target, and that was the one that went in. But we only had 1 shot ourselves with 1 on target. So definitely scope for improvement, and perhaps we'll be able to get that improvement if we bring in another holding midfielder. Like I say, let me know in the comments section what you think about that, and I may potentially act on it, because I think we've got about 40 million left in this particular transfer window available to us, and if we can spend that on a world-class talent, then I think it's probably for the best that we do, and I'll let Asways go, because we've got, or maybe even just send him out on loan, because he's still quite young. But Corentin Tolisso, whilst he is a very, very good player, I don't think he's quite good enough to hold down that first-team slot alongside Luis Gustavo on a consistent basis. I'd much prefer having, like a Sergio Busquets or someone like that in there. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think about that central midfield signing. But as you can see with the squad report, there are a lot of youngsters here that we've got at the club right now, trying to find all of them loan deals if possible. And obviously still got players like Francisco Rodriguez and Kelechi Iheanacho who are at the club. Obviously Kelechi's only on loan from City on a 2-year deal. And Robin Knocker as well is another player that is heavily involved in the rotation of the side, but isn't getting that much first-team football right now. Some of the youngsters have already gotten their loan spells, as you could see there at the end of the squad report. But as things stand, after 1 game in the Bundesliga, we are 15th. Not a problem. We've got 2 games left before transfer deadline day, so we'll get those done in the next episode, and probably deadline day as well. Although I may hold off just to give myself enough time to, act on your suggestions in the comment section of this video as to who to get for that holding midfield role that we're thinking about replacing. So let me know in the comment section. Drop this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days. Social media links are all in the description: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc. And I'll see you next time.